Hello everyone and welcome back to the Honeybee Stamps YouTube channel. My name is Kelly and I'm happy to have you here for day one of the Spring Bliss release, available at honeybeestamps.com on February the 16th. So for today's collection, we have some brand new little critters. We've got some bunnies, some little chicks, perfect for Easter and spring. There's a great coordinating die set along with this one. There's some great new sentiment sets. This one is called Happy Easter. Again, that has great coordinating dies. We have a beautiful Easter basket builder. So if you are going for florals or Easter eggs, we've got you covered there with these stamps and dies. There is an egg builder, lots of different designs and ways to build shaker cards and things. There's a great new slimline cover plate die and some stencils. So let's dive in and really go in depth with these new products. This first one is the Basket Weave Slimline Cover Plate. There is a cut line all the way around the edge, and then some very deep embossing lines and some cut lines that give you the greatest basket weave texture and design there in this cover plate and die cut. I've cut this out of some Nina Desert Storm cardstock, and you can see all that great texture there when I run that through my die machine. Next is our beautiful Easter Basket Builder stamp and coordinating die set. This one comes with lots of different pieces to layer, stamp, die cut. There's a little something for everyone in this one, whether you like florals or Easter eggs. There's some little bunnies there and tulips and bows. So a great set here to build a beautiful Easter basket. There's lots of coordinating dies in the coordinating die set. There's two different dies for the basket, so you can layer that together and kind of make it three-dimensional. Tuck in your little florals, and I'm going to show you that now. So the die there on the right is going to cut and leave the edge for the back side of your basket. You can see where I've stamped that on that one die cut. And then the left die there is going to be for the front side of the basket. You can see I've stamped that. When you layer those together, you get a beautiful layered basket that you can tuck in grasses and Easter eggs. So just a fun design. Now you could also do this flat and just have a flat Easter basket like I've shown here. You can do a little bit of masking and stamp in the back side of the basket. You can also just stamp that. It's created so you can just stamp it right over the top and not have to mask it off. So it fits right down in there and you just stamp it right on top and line it up. So lots of different options here, whether you want a one layer card or a layered card. Now next up are those cute little bunny critters. This is called Easter Buddies. There are 3 different little bunny rabbits, a couple little chicks, and lots of things to fill either the little paws of the bunnies or put inside that Easter basket. There's also a couple of really great sentiments like Happy Easter and Hangin' with My Peeps. So when you cut out one of those little bunnies and use its coordinating die there, it is going to cut the hands, as you can see there, the middle die. And that way you can place a lot of these little accessories right into your little bunny's hands, whether that's a little chocolate cross or the carrots or a little Easter egg. So cute there. So the next is Happy Easter. So this is a perfect sentiment set to go along with your Easter basket or your little Easter buddies. We have lots of great sentiments in this one, like you make me so happy, wishing you an extra special Easter to somebody special. Somebody loves you. Here comes the Easter bunny. May your heart be filled with love and your basket be full of chocolate. Hippity hoppity, Easter's on its way. Happy Easter, happy Easter. Easter wishes, have a sweet Easter. Wishing you a, and you can put sweet Easter or happy Easter, and also sending you. There's also a coordinating die set with this one that's going to cut out all of those little pieces, so it makes it really easy to stamp, die cut those, and then pop those on the outside or the inside of your card creations. Next is a great new stencil, and this is the basket weave stencil. So this is going to be really fun to make a fun background for your bunnies, your Easter basket, and your egg builder dies. And I'm going to get to those egg builders right now. Super fun. I'm going to show you these and then put together a card. So there is a background for the egg, as you can see here. There's an outside layer like a frame. And then there's lots of different designs. There's 7 different designs that you can add on top to add different looks for your Easter eggs. So I have cut these out of a lot of different colors of cardstock. You could also use pattern paper. And I'm going to show you how easy these go together to get a really cool and fun little Easter egg look. So I've cut these out of lots of different springy colors, even glitter paper. I have a couple of glittery frames there to the right. And then I've also made some little shaker bits out of some sequins. And then I ran those sequins through a laminating pouch and through my laminator to heat set those in between. That makes it really easy and really flat to, you can add a fun look in the look of a shaker without a lot of bulk. So first off, I'm just going to start with a white background and the green little crisscross there. And then I'm going to add, for a little bit of fun and glitter, the green or teal glittery frame right around the edge. Those frames are also great if you want to have a little shaker card. It kind of covers up and hides any of the edges. Next, I'm going to have a little glittery background and add the teal kind of chevron design over the top of that. I'm going to do one of my little laminated shaker sets here. Picked out one that had a lot of pink, and then I'm going to add one of the pink designs right over the top. You can see how cute that is with the little confetti and everything sprinkled on the inside. And then there's not a lot of bulk because I have used those laminating pouches and just run that through my laminator. Next up, I'm going to do another one with glitter. I had the teal glitter again, and then I'm going to pop some really fun green over the top of that with those fun polka dots. I'm going to put together another little confetti egg, and I'm going to add some kind of lime green cardstock over the top of that. And I'm just going to keep on building and building. You can see there at the top of my screen with those laminating pouches and the little sequins, I am adding a stamping block on the top of those just so the glue has time to set on those laminating pouches because they're the slick plastic. I wanted to make sure that those are really set up nicely before I start creating with them. For this last egg, I'm going to take the design with the hearts, add a little glitter frame, and then all my eggs are all ready to go. Now I'm going to take a few of these eggs and create a card today with these. They're so fun and so easy to use, and they look especially nice with our Hoppy Easter sentiment set. So here's an up-close look at all of those designs and how cute those are with the little confetti and all the different designs. Now I'm going to take several of those eggs that I just built and this Hoppy Easter sentiment set, and I'm going to create a card with those. So I'm going to take the Wishing You an Extra Special Easter, and I'm getting that all set in my misting. You can kind of see I'm holding that up to make sure that that sentiment is nice and straight on the grid lines on the door. And then I'm going to stamp or put some embossing ink on top of that stamp and stamp it just into some white cardstock. So I'm going to get all that pressed in nicely. And then I am loving the Distress embossing glaze in speckled egg, especially for Easter, especially for spring. I think this is such a fabulous color, and I am going to emboss that sentiment with this embossing glaze. You can see how beautiful that kind of teal blue is and how cute that little sentiment is there. So I have my heat tool all nice and warm. I'm just going to run that over the top of that until my sentiment is nice and set and glossy. I do like to turn my paper over because the heat tool tends to warp the paper a little bit, and I like to kind of heat it up and get it nice and straightened out. Now I'm just going to fold my cardstock. This is going to be a top folding card base. When it's folded up, the card's going to measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm going to use my little bone folder there that comes with my score buddy and get everything nice and folded down and ready to go. And then I can add a little bit of pattern paper. Now I just picked out some pattern paper that was going to match my cute little eggs that I have built there in the top right hand corner. And I'm going to use my Honeybee Stamps Precision Tip glue here just to run all along the back side of that pattern paper. When I get that glued down to my card base and I have it going all the way out to the edges, I just covered the whole front side of my card base. You could trim it down and have a little white layer peeking out from the sides, but I just decided to do it this way this time. And then I'm going to add the little piece of white cardstock that's trimmed down a little bit that has that beautiful speckled egg sentiment on it. I'm going to add that right over the top, and you can see how that speckled egg embossing glaze matches my pattern paper and my little eggs perfectly. Now when I add the layer of paper that has the sentiment embossed on it, I'm going to use a tape runner. I like to do this when my paper is just a little bit warped from heat embossing it. A lot of times that tape runner is extra heavy duty. You could also use like a score tape or something like that, whatever you have in your stash that's really going to make sure that your paper lays flat. So that's why I use my tape runner instead of my liquid glue, and then it kind of makes it go faster. You could always put your embossed paper like under some books or something heavy, but just for the sake of time, I use my tape runner and got that set down. Now I'm all ready to add my cute little eggs that I have built. Some of these I'm going to add 1 layer of foam tape, and then the egg that's in the center is actually going to get 2 layers of foam tape. I'm going to kind of pop that up right in between the 2 on the outside. So I'm going to add my teal glittered eggs on either side. And then the center egg has glitter, but it's kind of like an iridescent white on the underside. And I'm going to add 2 layers of foam tape. And then I'm going to slide the foam tape right down in between the 2 eggs there on either side, and then press that down. Whoops. Now I can get everything kind of nestled right down in there, and then straighten it up and then press it down nicely. And then there you have it. A really cute, bright, fun Easter card with our egg builder dies and our Hoppy Easter sentiment set. So here's a little last look at my extra special Easter card. And I hope you join me back here tomorrow for day 2 of the Spring Bliss release. And I hope you check out our blog at honeybeestamps.com and all of our social media as well. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.